Have you ever wondered why your purpose seems to change? We have this idea of what our purpose in life is, but we truly don't know what it is until we look back at our life. So our life purpose seemingly changing, it's not our true life purpose changing, it's our idea of what we think our life purpose is. And to me, it always comes down to simply following what makes me come alive, because I used to think that I could figure out my purpose, and now I don't think I can, and I don't really put much effort into it because it doesn't really matter. The way I look at my purpose now is that it's kind of like a ball of yarn that you keep pulling the string, and you see it unraveling. And it's not until later on in your life, maybe when you're very, very old, that you will be able to look back at your purpose, at your life, and say, okay, this was the purpose. But even then, you may have many different purposes. And the reason we want to cling to a purpose is so that we can find meaning. But even that is something that's created within us. The way we see the world is through the concepts and ideas that we've accumulated as we've grown up, maybe even inherited from previous generations. And it all gets embedded into us. And then we look at life and think we have to live a certain way. But for me, it always comes back to following what makes me come alive, one step at a time, and then seeing where that takes me. So it's the pulling the yarn string analogy that comes to mind again. I'm simply pulling, and I'm curious about what unravels. Like right now, I feel like making this video. Sometimes I don't feel like making videos, and I see where life takes me. Different opportunities come to me. Different people get in touch with me. Different things happen. And I have no idea what's going to happen. And that's part of what makes life exciting and interesting. So if you're stuck on wanting life to be a certain way, wanting your purpose to be a certain way, it's going to constrict how you view life, how you live your life. It's going to constrict your freedom because it's going to create a tension between how your life is and how you think your life should be. And the unraveling of your purpose includes struggle, adversity, and challenge, because that is what molds you and refines your specific strengths and gifts that you can share with the world. And it doesn't always have to be glamorous. We don't have to everyone be famous. And these things kind of fall away if you're honest with yourself. As you grow older, you begin to see that there are a few things you truly enjoy doing. And they may not always be things you share with the world, like if you're doing videos or writing. It may simply be something very mundane and simple, like creating a garden people see when they walk by, or living your life and smiling at people as they walk by. There are many small things that have a big impact. And it's about learning to adapt, because life seems to constantly throw us curveballs. So we have to learn to adapt outwardly, but also inwardly, how we think about the world, how we see the world, how we ourselves get in our own way of simply living the life that's in front of us. Learning to laugh, for me at least, mostly at myself, trying to be too serious, too strict, too controlling, having to let go of all that. And then also learning to forgive yourself for the mistakes you make, for not being the way you think you should be, and all of those different things. So this idea that your purpose is changing, is it really accurate? Because it's your idea that keeps changing, but life has a purpose for you, you could say, and it's always the same. So there's something that life is calling out of you, because you have certain strengths, you have a certain personality. Some people are writers, some people are musicians, some people are people that simply enjoy talking to others. Some enjoy being alone, some enjoy being with others. So we have all this diversity in humanity. And with that diversity comes different strengths, different abilities. And we hone those abilities by living life, by facing our inner demons, our challenges, our struggles. Life is not always going to be easy, but in those struggles, there's also always the potential to become stronger, become more yourself, and have something to contribute, or I'm not sure what the word would be. Not add to yourself, but refine yourself, become stronger, become more comfortable with your own expression. So if your purpose seems to change, don't worry. Follow what makes you come alive, one step at a time, because I don't know where life is going, you don't know. It's an adventure, and there will be bumps along the road, along the way, and we simply have to enjoy the ride as much as we can. And that enjoyment can include both the highs and the lows, both when we're laughing and when we're crying. So the purpose may seem to change, but life is calling you in a certain direction. So follow that, follow the string, pull on the yarn, see what happens, and I'll see you in the next video.